Zoat versus May. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Zoat of all time, you got it. I'm like 20 seconds into stream, we've already got it.
Keep on rocking.
I think I saw overhead kiss there for a sec.
Duel. Three. Turn up the heat. Counter.
I was playing earlier after you summon, how many buttons you keep loaded for release? Most matchups, in most situations, it's PS and H. Every summon, PSH. Hold it down. Sometimes, for some matchups, you want to hold only P and H because you want to have your drunkard available to use neutral. But PSH is the BNB. Eno is the most obvious example of this, where you want to be able to reflect notes sometimes. So you only hold P and H. Sometimes in the Soul matchup you want to do this too for Gunflame. And Raven also. But basically any projectile character that you can reflect, sometimes if you know for sure they're going to use that projectile, then you just only press PNH. But those three, I guess, among other ones, are, I guess, common examples. Makes sense, I only do 2 buttons like PNH or SNH. P you want held down basically 100% of the time. I don't see any reason why you would not hold P. So if anything it should be P plus some other button. At most, sometimes only one. There are other times where if you think Eddie will hit, for sure, like if you're doing a Nobiru summon because you think your opponent will IED at you, sometimes you don't hold anything at all, because you want to be able to you want to have access to all your buttons, like if you want to mash 5P or 2P afterwards. So that is another case that can exist. So it really is just a case-by-case thing. But like if you're trying to learn how to navigate with Eddie, just do P, S, and H, all three, all the time. And then slowly you'll kind of understand when you don't want to press buttons, and when you do. That is the good starting point. I think Will Super gets me there on the drill. Actually, you're right. I think I didn't notice how often I hover my thumb over P. It's always there after summon. May would really love if the Dolphins hit Eddie in neutral. Yeah, they're slightly too high up. That definitely happened to me. And my 6B or 2H wasn't available. Yeah. So again, it just depends. Sometimes you just know, so you don't hold anything. You can wire C there, by the way. I'm 80% sure.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
That combo doesn't work ever. It's not a real combo, but I think people get hit by it often enough that you can kind of just get away with pretending it does. It's JH on the way down and then high jump JP air combo.
Duel. Keep on rocking.
No one seems to tech fast enough there. Look at those. Command throw again. Oh, it's not the right one. Not what I wanted, but it kind of works. H2D. Yeah, people just float in the corner with Zato, JS, and JH. And then you get the one odd dude who does actually tech everything, and it kind of messes you up for a few games. But those people are rare enough. I think I know bursts. Too much tension. That was dead angle, 100%, that dolphin. That was the most obvious dead angle attempt I've seen. Couldn't be more clear. if I do dust there, he bursts 100%. Which means I should probably actually just go for a bait after doing 5D, but this is safer. If he had 10 more HP, that is a IK situation. Funny thing is I didn't know what the input of dead angle is. Yeah, just know that there are multiple ways to do it. Like it's any 2 buttons including H. Or is it? Hold on. I think it's any 2 buttons that are not dusts. I don't think it has to include H. The one that does have to include H is Blitz, I believe. Super? No? He's not doing Weiner anymore. He used to do a lot of Weiner YRCs in the past. Oh, that is a real confirm. That is not a fair trade deal. That was crazy. I'm actually so close to being stunned right now. There it is. First Weiner YRC of the set. It's like oddly difficult to time. Okay, hold on. I need to change some settings. Okay. Oh, hold on. Alright. Do you see chat? Hold on. I'm gonna... I don't know if this is... Okay, there we go. Good. All good. I've been fiddling around with OBS a lot the past day because I am working on a potential new project for Xrd. I think he's trying to block unblockable. Like, he's trying to get the one frame low to high. It's kind of what it looks like right now. He did actually block one earlier, but that was because I messed up the timing. But that thing is not easy to do. And I'm sure it's not just like me having trouble with it, because that was the whole basis of unblockable plus R. And it's not like people are saying, yeah, it's easy to deal with, just block it low and high in one frame. If people had difficulty with it in that game, I'm sure it's actually not a real thing to block here either. Oh, it's fine with me. I changed some mind on a few things regarding Zato in the past, like, week or so. I think I play in ways that are too... guaranteed. And it's actually it's actually something I have talked about a lot. But I apply it in a bit of a different way. So there's a good example, which is 5H Buzzsaw. And 5H Buzzsaw is punishable by killing Eddie. But as the opponent, you have to make the read that I'm going to do that move. And if I don't do that move, you get owned, because you get hit by drill and then you get knocked down. I get a lot of time, I summon Eddie, you die. But I think even for things like 5H Buzzsaw, there are inevitably times where your opponent is just so overrun by everything that you can do that they're not going to be able to react to every single one of them. And I think even if just one of multiple attempts work with 5H Buzzsaw, among other things that are unsafe, I think it's probably worth it. And it's not just that move, like 5H Buzzsaw, that sparked this idea. It's more actually... It stems more from Mayomisu at Frosty Faustings saying sometimes 5D is a good option, like as a mix. And part of it has to do with Sin's 5D being really safe. I think it's like -6 or something, minus whatever, compared to most other 5Ds that are like -10 plus, or like more than -10 unsafe. Zato's is like -13, I think. But the point being, like, even the best players are not going to react to that thing 100% of the time. And so if it just works like one every couple attempts, then I guess, yeah, it probably is worth it. It's also one of those things where it's like, when it does work, you kind of feel like a fraud for doing it. But there is no such thing in fighting games. I think it doesn't want a dead angle ever in this kind of situation. Just to buy time. Oh. Bad IAD. Sins is -2? That's insane. I knew it was insane, but I didn't know that it was that insane. Yeah, some characters have it good. And especially for a character like mine, where I think conventionally if I'm doing everything in a way that is unreactable all the time, I think I actually just cannot make the character work in certain scenarios. So my game plan is no longer try to make everything optimized in terms of making the good things work, and more so like represent as many different things as possible so that my things that are not good can now be good. And this is like it's kind of basic fighting game, or not basic, but like it's kind of like intermediate fighting game theory. But the reason I'm only now coming to terms with it, kind of... Hold on. One sec. The reason I'm only coming to terms with it now is because this character is auto. It's kind of built so that you don't have to do that nearly as much. And so it kind of always seemed to me as if maybe if I just am good enough with the character, I don't have to ever do any of that. But I think that is not necessarily the case. Oh, it's not what I wanted. That's a... I take like... Yeah, I almost died there. Not often used because of JD, yeah. And so that kind of opens up the path to, well, if I can do 5D, what other fraudulent things can Zato do that would help him in situations where he is not necessarily so good? Yeah, I can't do that. That only works on fat standing characters. Plus 5D is just +1. I know Johnny has a pretty good... No, hold on. I'm thinking of his... No, I think it is 5D. I think Johnny's 5D is pretty good too. Although I'm not sure if it's because it's not that minus or because it's just really good as an anti-air. A lot of 5Ds are just relatively gun block. I know, for some reason, I can't ever seem to block answer 5D. And it's not because it's faster frame data wise than other 5Ds, but I think it's just the visuals that make it hard to react to. Super? Yeah. I played this Mei player quite a bit, and I think he needs to commit harder to supers sometimes. He's a fellow Torontonian, hence the 7 millisecond thing right now. Chips is +1, Coombs is +2. I didn't know Coombs was +2. That's insane. Oh. I tried to find the timing to use 5H there, and I could not find the time. Oh, I didn't want PRC. You know what I've been doing the past like few days is I'm trying to gather data on how exactly fat each character is in terms of their standing, getting hits animation. And so the only reason I'm doing this is because I want to categorize each character in terms of how easy they are to 5p2d while standing. And so far, surprisingly, Pot is the third fattest character in this regard. Above Pot, so number 1 so far is Faust, and number 2 is Kun. Which is pretty surprising because I thought he was just universally always the biggest character, but apparently not. And then there are the suspects that have always been noted to be very troublesome. So these are like Venom, Jam. Soul is pretty thin too, so is Zato. I think every time I find something out about this character in the mirror match, it's like, it just feeds more into the idea that this mirror match is a 4-4 matchup. Like, this mirror actually sucks so much ass to play as Zato. You can't play Eddie neutral because you just have so much shit in neutral that hits you, or forces you to block. The character's hurtbox sucks to combo. His tall blocking hurtbox is so high that it interrupts his JH on the way up, if you want to use it for timing your fuzzy. You can't reliably 2k to kill puddles, as Zato in the mirror. Does that kill? It does. That is enough risk. Zato has the Baiken issue, where when you block far drill, you can't always just press a low button to kill puddle. So you have to compromise and press a button that will not kill puddle, but will kill Eddie, reliably. And so that button for Zato is 2p. But once again, that is not a button that will kill puddle, so you have to choose one of the two, which really sucks. It's fine. If I had 80 gauge there, I would have used Great White, I think. Maybe 5H is good in this matchup. Maybe I should try to use it more. actually a bad burst. Let's pretend I got punished for doing that burst. That 2S whiffing makes me so unbelievably sad. I think he should have supered. If 5H is effective against those pokes just now, so 5k far slash, then I think it's a legitimate option. Now I suspect it's not real. That's too slow. No, it's not too slow. Alright. Amorphous is like 16 startup. I'm gonna guess it's 13 plus 3 after flash. So let's look it up. After this. Amorphous is 10 plus 5. That is worse than I thought. So 5 after flash. Usually you could get like some Shadow Gallery confirmed there, but I believe you cannot without meter. Bursts. No bursts. I think if I were playing in the mirror, that would be like a really good spot to try and guess gold burst on. When Zato is doing like stagger 2k release key pressure. She's not tall enough. Okay. Round 2. I think it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's only dead if I hold Break the Law for, I think, max duration-ish. Then I have enough recovery, but that is not long enough of a hold. Maybe it is good. So it beats Charge Dolphin. It's unknown if it beats 5k and Force Slash, but if it beats like one of those two buttons, maybe it's worth it. Also leads to a far safer drill and summon. I don't think that works. Oh, kind of works. Okay, that was half enough. Do I bursts? I don't. I think I could have bursted if I wanted to, but I would have had to burst before I was down to like 20, no, like 15% HP. Or not percent, it's a... Is it percent? Yeah, it is percent. 15%-ish. So here's a new problem. 5H loses to 2D. And that is not very desirable.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's go.
That dust is actually so brutal. Every single dolphin, charged dolphin that you get hit by, confirms into run-up dust for me. That is so much damage.
Duel. Keep on rocking.
You wouldn't burst. Alright, good.
Duel. Three. Turn up the heat.
If only that worked on me. Maybe it's godlike. Holy shit. That was insane. That must be the best button I've ever mashed in neutral in my life.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
I'm mashing. Gotta die for that.
Duel. Two. Turn up the heat.
That's not good. Actually die here. Okay, so here's the problem. 5H is too variable in terms of when it works and when it doesn't. Because the way it works is the hitbox kind of starts near Zato and then starts to move forwards. Like it follows the path of 5H's animation. It's not like an instant box that appears and then stays there, like a lot of other buttons. But that being said, if it works often enough, then I think it's good enough. So I think it is worth investigating more. I'm half shitposting, but like maybe it's actually good. Maybe it's worth doing sometimes. Like, I actually considered this for the Soul matchup too, because 5H is pretty good at dealing with Fafnir in neutral. Or like after buttons. But you don't actually do that ever because the risk of just randomly pressing 5H in neutral versus Soul is so high. But versus Mei in neutral, maybe it's worth it. You get hit by 8, far slash for 5k. It's the worst that could happen. Die. 안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까. Hello, Zato Doveman. Hello indeed. 종종 한국 분들도 들어오시는데 이거 이그저도 아직도 한국에서 다들 하는지 모르겠네요. That just now, my 5H on round start. That's my latest thought experiment with Zato. I'm pretty sure it's bad. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not real. But there's a very slim chance that it is real. Maybe I should be using it more. Like that kind of usage, where I use it after 5p. I've always done that, like 5p, 5h is a frame trap that you can do. Just kind of throwing it out in neutral, that's a little different. So far I've seen it work on 2D as a counter hit. It worked on 5h. And I need to find out if it works on far slash, 5k, and 2s. And I imagine it probably doesn't have good results, but if it does, then that thing is a real option in neutral. And real options in neutral for solo Zato are precious pieces of gold. Burst? No burst? Oh, I tried to do that too hard.
It's not over yet.
Okay, it does not beat it does not beat Fire Slash. I'm pretty sure. Maybe if I do it earlier from like a even farther range, maybe.
Duel, three. Keep on rocking.
But it does not work there. That JS actually caught my back dash. I should die here. I should die here. Damn.
Heaven or heaven. Duel, one. Let's rock.
Can you do super by sliding your left hand on your direction buttons like some do? I've never done it that way before. I think I know what you're talking about. But me personally, I do not do it that way. There's really not a ton of hitbox specific things you can do in this game. I think I should die here. I should have died there. That angle. In my case, I was fortunate enough to play the piano #1 and double bass #2 when I was younger. So I think I just have the ring finger strength to not have to do that. See, if you want to be good at hitbox, it is very simple. Just learn an instrument to play. Preferably something with very heavy strings that you play with the left hand. I play contrabass and bass guitar, so I double tap my attack buttons. Yeah. Like contrabass is the insane one, where it's like the first time you play it, I still remember the vibrations that go through your arm when you first try it are beyond anything. It's like holding a jackhammer, kind of. And you just have to keep doing that for the entirety of your playing. It's okay. Would like that drill to work. please. You can feel the strings vibrating. Yeah, it's like I played violin before that, and the difference is pretty insane. It feels awesome going from violin to double bass. Can't keep letting you live. I'm trying my very best not to get counter it every single interaction. I think that's a real mix. I need to actually see if that's real or if it's fuzzyable. Very easy to check now that we have a frame bar in this game. I think it's too close. Yeah. See, that's pretty good. That stagger on counter makes all the difference in the world. Kind of close to stun. But he's gonna die before getting stunned this round. The character catches backdashes too well, to the point where I think if I don't think it's 2K, I should just not backdash ever. Like 2K is pretty okay to backdash usually. I think everything else is a problem. See, that triggers danger time, and that is not necessarily so good for me. But if I didn't cancel it on Clash, I get another hit, and it probably counter hits him. And that's pretty good. There is a similar situation with Pot on round start, where if we both do 2P, it always clashes. and getting into danger time versus pot on round start is not a fun time. So as much as I want to press 2P, I probably shouldn't ever do it in that matchup. Yeah, I don't burst there. That was pretty good. That was the best 5H I could have expected in that situation. I'm not sure what he pressed though. This guy has full bar. I actually tried to IB and then it fucked up. No, it didn't really have to do with IB. I tried to IB, but I also tried to FD after. And I think in the process of doing that, I pressed the button accidentally. That should work. This issue exists with RAM too, but there's a thing where you keep getting hit with random neutral buttons when you're doing like an I-80 back or backdash or jump even. Hard to deal with. Oh, that's fake. That is very fake. See, I wish it lasted long enough to kind of act as armor, at least, that Nobiru. The longer you don't mash, the more eddy gauge I regain. So you better mash on that 6k every single time. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Turn up the heat.
No bursts. That's brutal. Is 2B slow enough? It is not. In fact, it wasn't just not slow enough. It was fast enough to get him also a throw after. That's how fast it was, somehow. No burst. Alright. We're just pressing 5H now. There we go. It's a good button. It's confirmed. Last one? Okay. Maybe 5H would have worked there. See, the problem all along was that I was just not using the good buttons that Zato has in neutral.
Keep on rocking.
That went over 5P. Alright, he did say last one, so I will try and not lose. (2D range). Okay, well, GG's. Oh, is he doing one more? Alright, we can do one more. Okay, well, GG's. You know what, I think this is worth investigating. Let's try this out real quick. GG tools. Action to perform 5K. Animation. Thanks for games, no worries. Actually, I should just do. I think I filled out the round start table for May. Zato round start. 5H beats. 2K kind of, you were forced to block. It loses to 3K. Loses to far slash, loses to 2S. Wins versus 5H. Wins versus 6H. Wins versus 2D. See, like this is a pretty good situation, even if I get a trade. This doesn't combo at all, but like still, if I get that hit in neutral, I'm pretty happy, I think. And if I'm any farther away, it seems like I just win outright. Ooh, okay. Now the only problem is, you're probably not swinging this at this range anyways. But if you do, you have a chance of getting owned like that, it seems. So when it loses like this, it's only because I'm just pressing the button too late. If I set this to round start, let's do /. Oh, hold on. Okay. It trades or clashes beyond like this range-ish. And then afterwards, it probably only clashes. Yeah. So I'd have to do it, I think, a little bit earlier, I think. Or later? Yeah, well, best case scenario is I get a trade, and trade is, like, again, kind of okay. Let's try 2S. Should actually look for games while I do this. Oh, there's a Potemkin player that wants to play. Munchie's also playing right now. Damn, if I knew I would actually play him instead, but it's time for pot for now. I've already pinged the pot. Let's try 2S real quick before we get into this. 2S. So this is entirely range specific. If I'm in range, I get hit. If I'm not in range, I get this, which is pretty good. Okay. First 210, smile, he says. My zoat, hello. You know what I'm playing recently? I'm playing a very, very small amount, but regardless, I am playing Ken in Street Fighter 6. And so far it is, I don't know if it's enjoyable or not. I can't tell yet. This is not how you play this matchup. Let me show you how this matchup goes. This is how the matchup goes. The one neutral tool that Pot has is completely invalidated by 25 meter. You cannot do that on drill. One vulnerable frame.
Turn up the heat.
Does that work? It does, kind of. I think the most brutal part about the matchup is when he does slide head, his hurt box moves with his head. And so a lot of times you just kind of hit him with drill, even though it's like half screen away.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
My fault. I tried to meaty pot with Solo's auto on wake up. That was might be. I think that's okay, yeah. See, that drill is pretty close to hitting slide head, if he does slide right there. I haven't seen him do 6H yet. He did not block that dust. There's a lot of damage.
Duel.
Okay.
Keep on rocking.
Here's what Pot needs to do, okay? Pot needs to gamble harder on every single interaction where he is in round start range or closer by trying to make Mega Fist work or doing Hammerfall and just hoping the armor carries him. And right now, this player is not gambling. See, that 2S, you can gamble. That unsummon, you can gamble. There, you could have gambled on the summon. I think actually Amorphous would have killed. Life is a gamble. When you're Pot versus Zato, yeah, your life is a gamble. that does not work. That only works if the unblockable is set up very poorly. Which it basically should never be.
Turn up the heat.
That was good. Okay, well that is good enough if it just kills.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's rock. Keep on rocking.
Oh, dead angle.
Duel. 3. Turn up the heat.
Is he close enough for a flick? I think he is. Like, being in range to get hit by that thing does not necessarily mean you are in range to flick it. But I think he was close enough, probably. I need to see more 6H before I consider not backdashing on Wake Up right now. If I don't see 6H, I have no reason not to. See, that drill just now? That is like the bane of Potemkin neutral.
Duel. Keep on rocking.
That was not blocked. Yeah, that does not kill Eddie. That was a drill that you flicked, not Eddie.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Is this stream a good space for questions about, and then the rest of that post was it's currently covered by a different window, so give me 1 second while I finish the set. That's kind of okay. This is not okay. Sorry now. You see some Tekken? You want to see my Tekken 8 Claudio? I heard Kuma is really good in Tekken right now. I can't verify the veracity of that statement. But that is what I heard. Is the stream a good space for asking questions about Zato? Yes, because I'm probably the only. Hold on. Let me beat up this pot first. That was a good IK timing if I had more meter. Burst? No bursts? There it is. Yes sir, you want another TWT.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One.
Yeah, I don't know that you can ask Zato questions anywhere else in the world right now, so this is your one sanctuary for Zato questions. You'll have to make do with me. Here at Marlin Pie, Zato Advice Center. Yeah, he used to stream. And he still streams, like, occasionally, but I don't know that he streams after Frosties. I think that man is busy. Oh, and furthermore, more importantly, he is a trader. He's a Eno trader. Oh, Eddie died. You have to FD. You have to. I don't pay attention to Tekken that much nowadays. But the few things that I have heard about Tekken recently is that it's gotten relatively more boring than 7 because of the way that the install works. And I heard that and I was like, yeah, okay, maybe this is just a perspective of someone who does not play Tekken, but the way it was presented to me, it kind of made sense. It is more boring or less more. Like, it's less fun to watch now. Is the way it was relayed to me. I think your gameplay has been the most inspiring and enlightening. Most of what I do now is from watching you. Wow. I've heard a few people say that that my uploads, like the replays that I put on the second channel, are like the only Zato replays they watch nowadays. And that, while it makes me glad, I'm also kind of sad that that is the only place where people are watching Zato footage now. But I understand, because I also cannot find any Zato footage post like 2020 online. So I guess it makes sense that people are watching my footage now. You know what I used to do back in like between 2027, no, not 2027, 2017 and like 2020, when I first used to play, I had to dig up old footage of Eddie back in like Reload, because I could not find enough footage of the character in this game, in this version. So I was like, maybe I could at least watch like this old deprecated footage of a game that is not the current version, and gain some form of info that I can use in this game by watching that. And the quality, the audio and visual recording quality of Japanese arcades back in Reload times are not something that anyone should suffer through, because that quality is so bad to the point where you cannot make apart Zato when he's like in the air from the background in some maps. Like whenever he jumps, he just kind of blends into the background and you can't tell where he is anymore because the quality's so bad. And I think overall it probably did not help my Rev 2 Zato gameplay at all by watching that, but it was a fun watch regardless. Yeah, you can't do that. Tekken players seem pretty mixed about Tekken 8. Heat smash into 50-50 is common complaints. Where's my Zuper? See that drill just now? He cannot slide out because of it. That one too. That one too. That one as well. That one as well. You said about Zato, Jacko content is just deader than dead. There's one guy that plays on Netplay a lot, like recently, and he's apparently from Taiwan. And his name, I believe, is like Oharangi? Zato just looks like Thirst Strike Irian? No, he's cooler than Irian. I don't think he dies from this. Oh, he does? Okay. Well, one in the calm mode, so. There's a guy who went by the name Rule Breaker on Steam, and he's an NA player, and he was a pretty good Jacko. I forget what his actual name was, but I believe he played Kai and Jacko. Kubiwa, Puripure, and Duffingly. Any other characters cooler than Sleep Fighter characters? I don't know. I think Remy is pretty cool. I would like Remy in 6. I miss my low fireballs in Street Fighter. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine Remy crouching medium kick into drive rush? Man. He has the functional low buttons. Or you know what? They probably make 2K, or they probably make 2MK a mid in 6. So that is balanced. I gotta go, good night. Good night. See you around. Well, Haranage's YouTube channel has Jacko stuff too. Yeah, I don't know. I've played a little bit of Ken, and so far it is just standing hard punch into drive rush, crouching medium kick into drive rush, or just raw drive rush into light punch. That is the entirety of my neutral right now. And then just do everything into the spin kick, into the low. And oops, your drive gauge is now like 1/3 lower than it was before. GG. And then run Tatsu. You're in the corner, and now you get throw looped. I consider playing Ed too, because Ed is still Ed, kind of. But he one of the merits of playing Ed in 5 was that he is very easy to be very obnoxious with, and I don't think he is that easy anymore to play. I actually don't really have a character in 6 right now. Like, I play Ken, but I play Ken to win Street Fighter. I don't play Ken to play Ken. And if I can play a character that I want to play for the sake of playing it, then I'll be locked and loaded into the game. But right now it's just like, man, let's slap the dream combo. It was fun to do in 5 too, you know, like the really insane, what is it, V-Trigger 2, the cycle ball into like a 20-second combo. Like, actually kind of hard to do in that game, which is very rare. It's like that character and Minot V-Trigger 1 combos. And I guess he had loops and Guile had loops in that game too. There were some difficult things in that game for combos. There's this good EU Zato named Scope Dog. Yeah, I cannot find any footage of him online. I just know that he is usually in EU lobbies, and that's it. I'm gonna jump in if no one else does. Yeah, feel free. There is no one here right now. I think password is 1333, if I recall correctly. Mad Hatter or Meteor are the only people I see occasionally after work. For Zato, there used to be more people, and unsurprisingly, they have all quit. So, yeah. Online is probably just me and Mad Hatter. You're right. Okay. So waiting for your Millie debut. I kind of want to play Fox. But, it's only a little bit, not a lot. In case you don't know, this matchup sucks ass for Zato. It's like bottom 4 matchups for Zato. Or not bottom 4, hold on. Bottom 2 matchups for Zato. You see that shit? That 2S versus my 2S? Why did he go the other way? Okay, I'm mashing. I won.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's rock.
How do people play melee nowadays? I think it's still Dolphin, right? Online. And I believe they have pretty stable rollback too now, or like ever since a few years ago.
Turn up the heat.
So here's the biggest thing with Jacko. With Jacko, if you hit her, you can at least run your pressure. And that is so huge. When it's biking and you get a good knockdown, you are just kind of fucked. You got a character that is difficulty knocking down, and he does not get rewarded for it at all. I think I die. I should die here. I should have died there. And he died there? Yeah. Lobby is password locked? Yeah, it has a... I believe it's 1333. The reason I put a password on my lobbies, like, whenever I play this game online, like, I get into a set with someone, I always do 8-person room with a password. And what that does is, when we're playing, it shows our lobby to anyone that searches for rooms. And the reason I do that is because if someone is like new to the game or is not that familiar with how the scene is, I think just seeing more people play the game at any given point is more incentivizing for that person to just keep playing the game, you know? More than if you just open up the game, you look for lobbies, and no one's playing. I mean, that's kind of depressing. And I asked the guy that makes a lot of the mods for this game right now if it's possible to just program the game in the way where you can always see all lobbies at any given point, even if they're full. I asked if that's possible, and apparently it is not, which is unfortunate. You die. Can I do this here? I can. I cannot. That was close. I can do the cool loop if I'm a little further away from the corner. Let me mash. I'm gonna mash. I can't mash. Okay, that was pretty close. If I can mash, I probably win. I don't know what I'm doing. Also, now that you have joined, I think we will rotate. Let's do first do twos, okay? I guess next one will be the second game. Can you imagine if Jackal didn't have Aegis Field? Trying to play Eddie in neutral, killing the houses would be pretty fun. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, well, I wanted to be underground for a bit longer. You know when you RCA high shadow gallery wall slump, 2 shadow gallery again.
Heaven or hell. Duel.
2-2 SRC. You're spending 50 for more damage, and a lot of times that is not worth it for the character. Like, it obviously depends on the amount of damage, but I think in that case it probably is not a lot of times. There's a lot of cases like that for Zato where it's like, you have to balance more damage versus the value of retention, and a lot of times your retention is more important. That 6H works if it's a little faster.
Turn up the heat.
I think I'm doing that punish on accident because of I've been playing a lot of Chip recently, like against Chip a lot. I should have mashed. If I mashed, I would have won.
Turn up the heat.
Oh, it's too early. Okay, let's rotate. Get in line if you want to play.
Zato versus Ramlethal. Get ready to roll. Heaven or hell. Duel. 1-1. Let's
I played versus Oni Mario recently. He's a European RAM player. And I do need to play him again soon. Yeah, that air special, the one that does 3 hits, I think, that thing is not as good as you make it out to be. This work it does.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
I need to find out how good Ram's 5D is also on block. What tier is Zato? He's bottom tier in this game. He's bottom, probably bottom 3. No downplay? Alright, he's probably bottom 4. Are you content? The problem he has... So he has 2 problems, okay? Number 1 problem, he has a lot of bad matchups that are like extremely bad for him. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is the way his reward is structured is like kind of not sound in this game. What I mean by that is like the way it's designed is this is a character that has difficulty knocking down. Like he's just designed to be a character that has issues getting a hard knockdown. In return, the character is designed so that his reward for getting the knockdown that is very difficult to get is very good. Like the reward for doing so is good. Is like the theory behind Zato. The problem in this game is he has the difficulty of getting knockdowns, but his reward is kind of scuffed. Like for the difficulty that is presented, his reward should be a lot better. Like if it were like a truly balanced state of game. But currently his reward is kind of dog shit. So that is problem number 2.
Turn up the heat.
Like his offense is still very good in terms of like being very uncontestable with like being gapless and also being mixed at the same time. That's pretty good. Can you elaborate on the reward being dog shit? Okay, so in a lot of the older games, like Reload or Plus R, when Zato or Eddie in those games gets a knockdown, chances are you are in like extremely deep shit for one reason or another. In Plus R, it's because like his pressure options, even with a little bit of Eddie gauge, are extremely strong. Like the odds of you just losing the round off that one knockdown are very high. And you can see this with the what's it called? The two hits K release move that he has in that game. It like vacuums towards him. That vacuum plus that gap existing being so small between those 2 hits is really good. In this game, or not in this game, in Reload Eddie has the advantage of Eddie doing shit, what's it called? The guard gauge. I think risk. Eddie in that game, when you force your opponent to block Eddie, they stack up on risk like crazy in that game. And so, despite all the flaws that he might have in Reload, that thing alone, just having risk with this character, is so insane because of the way that he just works as a character. In this game, and even in Plus R for that matter, this character just does not stack up on risk at all. It is not possible, realistically, to go beyond 50 risk in this game with this character, because it was designed so that Eddie just does not do risk damage at all. So that is number 1. Number 2, he does not have the risk, plus the reward that he gets for knocking down is a lot less than a game like Plus R, where you do have Eddie gauge, or like let's pretend that you do have Eddie gauge in mid-screen. You can do like buzzsaw pressure, and that will be true mix for the first one, but beyond the first mix, there is always a gap there where your opponent can do something about it. So this could be like blitz, this could be like jumping out, this could be like backdashing. In Plus R, some of these options exist, most notably backdashing. But everything else, like blitz doesn't exist in that game. You can't jump out of that pressure in that game. Did he mash? Did he not mash? Oh yeah, we're we're supposed to rotate. There we go. Thank you.
Jack, oh, person, zoat. Get ready to rock.
It always ends up being the case in this game where by the time you are in your ideal position, which is obviously like your opponent's in the corner and you have the knockdown, like in order to get to that position, you have to spend either tension or eddy gauge. And in plus R that's like not as much of a problem, but in this game it really is. Because if you don't have one of those two things, your pressure is just so much weaker.
Turn up the heat.
Like a lot of the knockdowns that you're seeing right now are off of me getting a throw in the corner, and that's really good for Zato. If Zato gets a knockdown that he shouldn't, like technically shouldn't be getting, the reward off of that is so insane, because now I have full eddy gauge, you're in the corner, you just got knocked down.
All or nothing.
But if you're playing in theory, like the way you're quote-unquote supposed to, those knockdowns should never be granted to Zato in this game, for free. It's one of the two. He should either have to spend eddy gauge, or he has to spend tension to get to that position. I need to cheat there a little bit. Oh good, Nightbot is doing work. God bless.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
That might not work. Yeah, it works. It's fine. If it were like May in that situation, it might not have worked.
Duel. All or nothing.
Sometimes, when I see wish lists for how they want Zato to be improved, people will say like, he should have an easier time knocking down. And I think because that goes against the design theory of the character, I don't really agree. But I would like them to, if such a change were to be made in this game at all. I think the reward should be buffed more so than like trying to make his unique aspects less apparent. Like he should still have difficulty knocking down. But if the character has like force break exhaust, like in plus R, that would be kind of cool. Make the reward better for knocking down. probably gonna burst, right? No burst? Alright. Alright. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Okay. Was that 2? I think it was 2. Alright, no more Jacko for a set. I'm freed. I really wish at least you could use Eddie to hit the houses in the matchup when he gets this up. The matchups are really determined by how much you can use Eddie in neutral, in terms of like how fun the matchup is. And when I thought about this, there are some matchups, like the Axel matchup, where you just cannot use Eddie at all in neutral. But that doesn't necessarily mean the matchup is bad. It's just you can't use Eddie that much, which is sad in its own right. But and I thought maybe there's a correlation between the two. Like, the less I can use Eddie, maybe the matchups are worse. But I don't think, surprisingly enough, that correlation really exists. You are about to get a negative penalty. Never mind. That, by the way, is one of the biggest issues people have versus Auto. Is trying to anti-air flights when I'm right above you. And you do not want to anti-air flights. You want to just go into the air and try to throw. That is the counterplay. There's a FD input gone wrong. Go forth. Oh, hold on. 1 sec. Okay, fine. Okay. I think next one stuns. Or really close. Does Ram have high stun rating? I think she's like in the middle-ish. Yeah, you don't want to do that to throw. That's not ideal. So Ram has one advantage in this matchup, and it's being able to be above Nobiru range for a lot of her like gameplay time. And if you don't know how to do that, you should watch. You should watch Solstice play, and you'll see a lot of it. It's being above Nobiru range, and then also like knowing when to have your swords equipped so you can do JH onto Nobiru. Those two things are really important. Oh. Solstice or Oni Mario. Those are like the active RAM players that will do that nowadays, I think. Let me mash, please. I want to mash. Oh, Eddie died there. See, like, I can't do the shit there. I get one knockdown, then I kind of fucked. Alright, let me mash. I'm mashing. It kind of worked. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, it did work. Okay, nice. Let me in. Oh, let me in. Okay, we got in. You can't do that. In this particular matchup, I am the king of the jungle. Okay, well. It really is unfortunate. This matchup just boils down to Zato trying to force his way in. And it's forcing his way in no matter what. It doesn't matter how... It doesn't matter how gorilla it is. You just have to get in. Once you get in, it's probably fine. Alright, let me in. Let me in. I got in. If I don't YRC there, I would have got him. Alright. Oh, I didn't have to. DP? No DP? Let me in. Oh, I think Aegis just blocked Nobiru there, last minute. Let me in. No bursts. No blitz back. Oh, I'm kind of fucked. One sec. Yeah, I'm very fucked. Yeah, okay. I had to get in like 2 interactions earlier. That was my only way.
Heaven or heaven. Duel. One. Let's rock.
I'm supposed to just do command throw on the DP, but my muscle memory is not working properly. See, once I have Eddie out, and Aegis is also not up, it's usually fine.
Keep on rocking.
That's not the punish. It's fine. First, there we go. GG's. At some point, I considered having an Axel as a backup in that matchup. And it might still be a valid play to do that, but if I'm playing Zato in the Viking matchup, I think I can play Zato in the Jacko matchup too. That's my working theory right now. Although whether playing Zato into the Viking matchup is actually working or not is still a mystery. And I was playing Rev Tuesday yesterday, and in the ladder phase, I played versus two different answers, and I lost both matches. And those are my only losses in ladder phase. Those to two different answers. It was unbelievable. That matchup is also so bad, man. I think it's probably like maybe it's worse than Chip by a little bit. I'm pretty sure Chip is worse, but answer comes pretty close. I should be killing a lot earlier. That's okay.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Oh, I don't know what that was. Round start, jump. Forwards, high jump. I think in this matchup, Ram does not have to initiate anything ever. I think your neutral otherwise is solid enough that it should probably be Zato always engaging and not the other way around. And it should be very rare that you do like an I-80 at me, I think. Like, you still have to do it, but just very seldom. Yeah, I would also not do that move that much. I don't think it's that good. It's the one that makes you fall in the air. Is Scope Dog running around as question mark Zato? I haven't seen him in a little while, like I want to say a few months. You know, there was also another Zato player that he didn't play, like he didn't choose Zato, but he played random, and his name was like Sputnik something. This was like 4 years ago, 4 years plus, and he had a pretty good Zato despite being on random. And I don't know if anyone knows who he is. There's a pink square Zato that's pretty juiced. That's question mark. Huh. Was he in the, like a EU room? Two backdashes. On the end. There we go. How many Zatos besides Scope Dog does I detect IED and not Julian? If you go to I think his name's No Slow Andy. He's a Eno player. If you go to his YouTube channel, there's a set he plays against a Zato that's pretty recent. And that guy was pretty good too. I think he's NA, but I'm not sure. But from my perspective, he kind of came out of nowhere too. His name starts with like a T, I think. TR or something. I'm not attacking there. Okay. Once decided to resummon Eddie after I blocked 2 boss stalls. Alright, hold on. See, that string just now was designed to kill the houses, and that kind of thing is pretty fun in this matchup. It's just like, you don't get to ever really do it that much. And use Eddie to kill houses for anything. But the few times you do, it's pretty fun. So is meaty duel plus? Yes, it is very plus if maximally meaty. It's like plus 25 or something. Or it can be up to plus 25. And potentially a little bit more if it's a slow liquid character. And my 6B would have worked if not for the minions. Also glad I don't have to play this matchup. It's one of those. It's not exactly the most enjoyable matchup. TP there. Do you think Ray would beat Dot Nova? Very hard to tell. I have a really hard time telling if a certain player would beat another player. And I think it's because my perspectives are super skewed by my character, and the way my character tends to polarize matchups. I'm just doing unblockable here. Let me in. I did not get in. I did not get in. Okay. That's why I don't want to play a blender character. Yeah. Zato is like not entirely like that because the portion of the game where he does get to play Eddie neutral is very interactive. But yeah, once he does get a knockdown, it's just blender time. I'm getting in no matter what. There we go, we got in. His neutral's weird, people just run into stuff. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the character again, right? I think Eddie neutral is fun. I mean, obviously that's why I play the character. It's arguable whether it's fun to play solo Zato like this right now. I mean, like, not in this matchup, obviously, but I think it's alright. No bursts. way less of an issue with Eddie and a lot more issue with Droll. Yeah. Like characters like Jim will feel that a lot. Faust, Pot, obviously.
Versus zoat. Get ready to heaven or hell. Duel. One.
And there are some drills that you just are not supposed to get hit by. And if you're still kind of like learning which ones you are supposed to not get hit by and which ones you can afford to be, yeah, the match is kind of rough. Because drill just by itself is just so strong, neutral. Oh. I did the wrong move. I was supposed to do no viewer there. I gotta learn the drill stuff. It's mainly knowing what range far drill hits at, and then once you get really comfortable with that, I think things become easier probably. Like you need to be really familiar with far drill range before you can do anything. You should be mashing buttons there. I got out for free. GG's Metalhead. The rare Jacko player in 2025. Arco time yet? Oh. If you want to rejoin, feel free. I can fuzzy most of his boss style Oki. If Zato is doing all the different options for his boss style Oki, it is not fuzzyable. You can fuzzy some of it, but not every option that he has. The I-80 one kills me, yeah. The lower dash. It's like usually that one, or 2D, tends to get people if they're trying to fuzzy everything. But usually it's just one of those two, and I have to figure out which one it is for each player. Because like people have their own ways of fuzzying that they tend to do, usually. Whoa, what was that? Well, that's another thing too. If you ever get hit by, no, if you ever block far drill, you have zero reason not to press 2K to kill the puddle. There's one exception, which is if the puddle is too far behind you, then your 2K will not kill Eddie sometimes. But other than that, like as a default mindset, you should always press 2K when you block far drill. All the time, always. This might actually not kill. Okay, it was pretty close. I saw a super jump JK 2K. I don't know if it's like that valid. If it's a different timing of a low than all the other ones, then maybe. I saved Eddie there at least. Done for today? Yeah, GG's. There are some matchups I need to play more, and Jacko is one of them. I do need to play more Jacko players, unfortunately. See, that's a drill. You cannot you cannot afford to get by that one there. Like the only purpose of it existing is to prevent you from running forwards like that.
Let's rock.
Now, I know that D button looks really good right now, but that is not recommended neutral for Rem. Not to say you shouldn't experiment with it. Like you should try everything out. But my own conclusion is it is not that good to use like that in particular. That one was weird, but it was the same as walking regular high-low. Yeah. Like, if you could also do a override option from that, which you can't from high jump, and then also the timings were different, then, like, yeah, it could be pretty useful, but you can only do low at that point anyways. Unless you do like a JK into Shadow Gallery, I guess, and try to mix people that way. Or maybe like super late JP. Yeah, if you can get like JK, JP, I guess, kind of. Zelda doesn't really need more mix options, to be honest. Like, that's not where his problems are, you know? His problems are getting to that point, and that's the biggest issue. They're cool? Yeah, for sure. It's like, if he had more options, yeah, that'd be cool. And like the way they look also, yeah. I need to check how minus that is. The 3-hit low move. He's in the tier characters you gotta do your homework against. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you get knowledge check so hard versus Zato. You probably get knowledge check harder than any other character in the game, now that I try and think about it. Like, Elfelt, not really, you know, not... like, kind of, but not as much as Zato. Ram, even not really. Bedman's definitely out there, yeah. Like, if you don't know what you're doing versus Bedman, you're just gonna be stuck forever in the corner. I see that complaint a lot. It's like, this character, Bedman, has me in the corner, and I'm forced to block for like 10 seconds straight. What do I do? And it's like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta block. That's all you can do. Just playing the waiting game until Those seals are gone. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
I'm always sad to recommend this, but if something fishy is going on with his auto pressure, the answer probably is you need to mash. And that was another case of, yeah, you just need to mash versus the 5Ps. 5P is not plus. 5P is like minus, either -1 or -2. GG's. There's a lot of points where you can mash versus auto. Mash or jump out, one of those two. Particularly when it has to do with like 2S and 2 stuff. Wanna play? Yeah, for sure. Here, let me post the link. I can't really give you tangible advice. I can't really give you tangible advice because I don't play RAM at all.
We've got a newcomer.
But as a general thing to keep in mind, I think RAM has more powerful options that are not necessarily going in. And those are probably worth investigating. Alright, who is he playing this time? Alright, it's... This is the one other matchup where I tried to see if I could use 5H in neutral. However, the sad reality, I think, is it is not ever worth it in this matchup. I think it's more worth it probably in the May matchup now than in this one. Like that drill is kind of acceptable to get it by. All right.
Duel 2. Keep on rocking.
I think you tried to ID JK. Not ID, JK. Super Jump ID, JK. That's not real mix. Maybe it can be real mix. I don't know about that burst. Go forth, my warrior. Alright. It was a good plan until the Riot Stomp. You were not close enough to the corner.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's rock.
Gross. Actually, should have gotten grab there on the bursts. Yeah, Dragon Install. Yeah, alright. Then Rise Stomp probably? No? Alright.
Duel. 2. Keep on rocking.
I think he's gonna reset? Yeah, I was just about to say. Actually should die there. Damn, okay, well I died anyways. If you do an actual combo, I should have died there.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, I can't do that. It's really hard to describe what Soul should be doing in this matchup. Like, there's some things that you obviously should do, but for example, like when I watch, or when I used to play versus Neffy, it's kind of hard to put into words what he's doing exactly. But the difference is there. I would have to look at replays more. Stun, I think. There we go.
Keep on rocking.
Oh, so close. That should work. Yeah. Too much recovery. That's 10 plus 5 frames on Amorphous. 5 frames after flash.
Turn up the heat.
I really want to meet her for the blitz.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1-1.
You'll also notice I'm not using Drunkard as much in this set right now, because he is actually doing the proper punish, so I can't just do it all the time. As I should not be able to. Yeah, I wanted to cross under.
Duel. 2. All or nothing.
He's doing a very delayed JS. He's very close to not working. Do I want to burst here? No.
Duel 3. All or nothing. Counter.
That was a that was a good confirm. I don't think I've seen any other soul do that. What I confirm from drill corner? I think it might mean the second and only Shadow Gallery. That's a cool route, but it's a bit hard to start. Alright, we're fine. Had to leave abruptly, but thanks for the games. Yeah, for sure. It is always a pleasure.
Turn up the heat.
That was an insane JK. Alright, well, I got the burst. That is all that matters.
All or nothing.
Yeah, that gunflame does not even hit me. That's a bad burst. Go forth. You can always make it work. It's usually not because of Great White that you win, but it is involved in the process. I want to burst here. Would I have bursted there? Okay, yeah. It goes under release P. So that is AFAX.
All or nothing. It's not over yet.
Yeah, you gotta cross that. Your character is a little too tall. Yeah, okay. You, if I block that, I think I deserved to win, but fair enough.
Duel. One. Let's rock.
I wanted to jump. JK, not that.
It's not over yet. Duel. Turn up the heat. Duel. Keep on rocking.
Oh, I killed Eddie from behind. I think this is okay. Yeah. That's not okay.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
I think Zato has enough ways to stall during Dragon Install that it's probably not that threatening, realistically. Well, I don't know if any character is really that threatened by Dragon Stall. Oh, the drill didn't catch. A lot of times when people have enough tension like that, 50 tension, they're in the corner, they have like 2 HP left. They're often enough going to do something that, if I just do break the wall and do nothing else, I usually get a positive return. Especially if I know that the player I'm playing is very trigger happy with super. And then it's like, I'm gonna run up and just break the wall.
Turn up the heat.
Next one stuns. There we go. Okay. Don't worry, I do that too. It's a great option. Oh, okay. It worked out. That's fine. See, that is the issue with 2H 5H, 2H 5P 2H. Sometimes that happens. If you do 2H 6H 5P, that does not happen usually. Shadow Eye loops, yeah, those are the good loops. Just so you know, you have to delay that Nobiru a little bit. It is a little tricky, but that is the optimal charge bullets combo. Next one stuns. Does this stun? I think it does. Yeah, there we go. You technically should burst there in terms of like the damage that you save from yourself receiving perspective, but so many Soul players try to bait that point of burst that it's a little tricky. Do I die here? No. That's not real. I don't know why the moment I saw that, I knew I was gonna get it.
Turn up the heat.
Some way or another, fate wills it that I get hit by that. Well, we got rid of the meter.
All or nothing.
Yes, TKDP. Now the true TKDP would have let him combo, but was the Blitz a misinput or was it some deep RPS I don't know of? To be honest, he's probably shitposting, but I was so taken aback that he would choose such an option that I was stunned. I couldn't tell what to do. Technically, yeah, it calls out me mashing or like me using bursts, but I don't know if he was actually looking for those options at all. That didn't work. Oh, I am in trouble. I'm not in trouble. That was a good Marauder cross-up. Yeah, those are useful sometimes. Especially versus DP characters because they're trying to match DP. And then unless they're Leo, the input gets fucked up. That is not allowed. Zato has too many things that he throws out in neutral. That will beat Rise Stomp. Drill beats it, Mower beats it. Nobiru beats it. Oh. Oh, what a burst.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
Any difference in timing on the cross-up and timing K or tapping JK? So tapping JK makes you fall faster. So you can then proceed to press your buttons and not waste your hits. Man, you should have died for that. That is maximally not allowed. But yeah, when Zato does I-80 and then presses a button, he will fall faster. So then now he lands faster, he's able to take advantage of it. It's kind of okay. Bursts, yep. Man, that really worked. You gotta do it sometimes. You gotta throw out 5D every now and then. Every character. I think it's true too. Oh, I die. Does TP recover in time to bait bursts? It should. Yeah, that could have been a much scarier punish. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind, I'm fine. I could easily been dunked on there. Potentially. You really want to make that work, don't you? Oh. I'm getting it. Am I dead? I don't think I am. No. Yeah, you're right. That is not a great timing.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's roll.
And I have burst up still. Consider that. Consider that for your Dragon Install choices. Actually matched out in time.
All or nothing.
Giving burst is optimal for soul install. I need to see it before I can believe it. I need to see a soul so I can orchestrate such a devilish masterpiece of a game plan. But so far, no soul that I know of has proved me wrong. Almost. In fact, I think I've never seen PBB catch a burst before in a tournament. I mean, I'm not bursting, don't worry. Now I'm bursting. Oh, okay. Yeah, it never works. I know souls who will try their hardest to make it work. It has not been proven yet. BTL EDP seems really tight. It is, yeah. It's why I initially didn't try to use it that much. He tends not to reset that much. Oh. Alright, die. Pay for your sins. Am I? No. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna do one more. This will be the last one, okay? That JP is really incredible, isn't it? Doesn't the 6pH OS blow up the air dash low key?
Duel 2. Keep on rocking.
The main problem is you're now... One of your options on defense has now become counter susceptible, and that's like not ideal for obvious reasons, right? Like, you can do that versus those two specific options, but now you're getting opened up to other things that are very dangerous to put your character into. Other dangerous spots that are dangerous to put your character into. Good games, always a pleasure. Okay. Great Light greater than Dragon Install. I mean, I think Dragon Install is a cool move. I wish it was like more useful. He needs the 100-meter permanent install from Plus R. That'll be cool. See, the thing I think I need to do more is number one, this. Which I initially really didn't want to do at all. I think I have to do it more. One of the reasons I don't do it is because I've seen it get punished in the past. But I think I need to do it despite it getting punished sometimes. So what's funny is the icon is just linking 5H over and over. Is it like on a standing opponent? Or not a standing opponent, like in the air. How do I do this? Just standing? Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, it is a blind spot. I didn't know. Wait, hold on. There we go. Into stuff. Doesn't 5H drill the Azami follow-ups, assuming I can only parry first hits of 5H? The most important thing to keep in mind for Azami stuff is there's always an answer. It's just like... It's kind of like thinking about thirst right parries, where yeah, there's always an answer that you can choose to go for. But it's not so much a problem of, is there an answer? It's more so that like you have to now stop doing the thing that you want to do and start doing all these things that you don't want to do. Which is like randomly stopping your pressure at certain points and doing other stuff. So for example, like if here, I'll choose Viking. I need to do this the opposite way. Here. So like what you were talking about here is in this situation where drill needs to be a little bit further away. In this situation, right? Or do you mean with Eddie? I'm trying to get the red Azami on 5H specifically. There we go. And then needed a follow-up. So like, the problem with this is now you're giving up a mix-up to do drill, which is 0 on block. It's not really a mix. And now you've wasted Buzzsaw. If this is what you mean. 5H Buzzsaw? Yeah. So it's always a opportunity cost issue. It's like, yeah, you can do that, and it can beat certain options that Viking has, but now because you're doing that, you're not doing this. Like, this is what I want to be doing. Like, imagine Viking's blocking right now, not getting hit. And so if you watch basically any Zato footage in this matchup, you will not see this mix at all. Versus Viking. You just can't do it. So now you have a character who has great difficulty putting his opponent in this range, in the corner. And then once he does, or if he does, the offense that he has is just not there. It is non-existent. He has to play strike throw in the corner versus a downed opponent. Isn't that depressing? Okay. Just unblockable her every time. Let me show you something real quick. Okay. So I'm blocking here. Oh, hold on, I need to blitz first. That is highly unblockable. Is it, hold on. Blitz is, yeah, okay. Oh, you read it wrong, that's why. Okay, that was stupid. I'm not getting the timing right. That was a... Wait, why is that not working? Hold on. Two... I think because I'm crouching, it's changing the timing of this. Okay, that makes it really annoying. Let me do this a bit differently here. Wait, is it IA now? Good to roll. Oh, okay, I see the issue. Yeah, so normally I'm holding back there, by the way, as auto. I'm doing the button and then I'm holding back. The reason I'm doing blitz is because if you just do a zombie into a move, Zato can block it. But if you do use the blitz, you are guaranteed that punish. No other character in the game is guaranteed that punish after blitz. Because technically you are blocking a hit, and now you have access to the super fast move that comes out. Slayer can BDC blitz if you don't cross me out. Okay, well, that is all for today. There is something I'm working on, by the way, so potentially there will be a tournament that will be run that I think will be very exciting if it happens. In the past, I actually used to TO tournaments for Zoku, and there's one particular one called Zoku of the Atlantic that was NA versus EU teams, preceded by a regional qualifier for each region. So it's a double elim bracket for each region, and then top 5 proceeds to team stage. And I think if I can get it running, it will be very, very fun. Part of the reason I'm doing it is because I don't think any online tournament has been like really taking advantage of rollback being in place now. So I think it will be very fun to watch. Okay, that's it. Goodbye. I will be back.